Today we're taking a look at these college basketball matches, which are happening on Wednesday, February 8, 2023, and giving you our team picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and make sure to watch it till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Also check out our Patreon if you want access our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link in description and comments section below. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comments section below. St. Joseph's vs Loyola Chicago. Statistically, this is a fairly evenly matched game, although St. Joe seems like the team that is a little better offensively. The clubs are allowing about the same number of points per game, so the question becomes whether Loyola Chicago has enough of an advantage by playing this contest at home. The Ramblers have won their last 2 games at home, but that came after 3 straight home losses, and they are 2-8 in the conference, while the Hawks are 5-6. When these clubs met earlier this season, St. Joseph's absolutely blew out Loyola Chicago, winning by 31. That was just 3 weeks ago, and not a lot has changed for either team since then. No one should expect a 31-point victory here for the Hawks, but do not be surprised if they win by at least 15. Our team pick is the St. Joseph's Hawks. Florida vs Alabama. Florida has been a headache for its opponents in recent weeks, but it lost some of its momentum against Kentucky. The Wildcats outlasted the Gators, never trailing in a matchup between two hot teams. I have a feeling UF has run out of steam and will get run over by a more talented and faster Crimson Tide team tomorrow. Alabama is easily one of the top candidates for a number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament, and it's easy to see why. They have a superstar pro prospect in Miller, a top-shelf offensive attack, and a demoralizing defense. They're lengthy, force turnovers, push the pace, and have the swagger to get in your face. They will put the Gators in their place, which is among the middle of the pack in the SEC, on Wednesday. Our team pick is Alabama minus 9.5 points. Oklahoma vs Baylor. Baylor has owned Oklahoma in the last few seasons, and things don't look to be that different here. Oklahoma followed up their big upset win over number 2 Alabama by getting beaten by Oklahoma State by 10 at home and then getting waxed by West Virginia. Now they have to go on the road and face a Bears team in Waco, where Baylor has gone 11-2 this season. Oklahoma hung tough in the first meeting this season, but that game came in Norman. The Sooners are only 1-5 on the road this season, losing their last 3 by a combined 75 points. Now, we're not saying Baylor is going to win by 25 points here, but they should dispatch the Sooners fairly easily to earn the victory. Our team pick is Baylor Bears minus 8.5 points. Wisconsin vs Penn State. Penn State is 4-0 ATS in its last 4 home games versus a team with a losing road record, and Wisconsin is 1-8 ATS in its last 9 games versus a team with a winning straight-up record. The Badgers are also 1-9 ATS in their last 10 games, following an ATS loss, and 1-11 ATS in their last 12 games overall. These teams are in a similar position right now in terms of NCAA tourney seeding, as both are currently among the next 4 out in ESPN's bracketology prediction. That said, I view the Lions and Badgers as teams on different trajectories. Penn State will finish the season on a high note, earning a trip to the NCAA tournament. This Sioux team has a legitimate star in Jalen Pickett, is a threat from 3-point range, and can be relied upon to make the most of its offensive possessions, second in assist per turnover ratio. The Lions are also 16th in effective field goal percentage. The Badgers, meanwhile, don't play like a tournament team on offense. They're 244th in effective field goal percentage, 335th in points per game, and 323rd in rebounding with a minus 4.6 rebounding margin. Once Chucky Hepburn is taken out of his element, the air comes out of the basketball. While Wall is a solid vet, he's been injury-prone and inconsistent, scoring less than 10 points in all of the Badgers' last 3 games. Wisconsin's slow-paced defensive mindset works in the Big Ten and can be challenging for unfamiliar foes in the NCAA tournament, but not with its current roster. It won't get the job done against this Penn State offense on the road Wednesday, either. I'll bet on the hungry Nittany Lions to win and cover the spread. Our team pick is Nittany Lions minus 4.5 points. San Diego State vs Utah State. This has the makings of a great contest and has significant implications on the MWC standings, as San Diego State is 9-2 in the conference, while Utah State is 8-3, tied for second. A victory here would give them an opportunity to move into the top spot in the conference and earn Utah State a place within the top 25 rankings. Both teams are going to be looking to make a statement as the season dwindles down to its final few weeks. Utah State has beaten teams by outscoring them, producing at least 84 points in each of their last 2 games, and have scored at least 75 in 5 of their last 6 contests. However, San Diego State can run and gun if they need to, scoring 85 against the Aggies on January 25th. If an up-tempo game is what the Aggies want, the Aztecs are up for it and will pull out the victory. Our team pick is the San Diego State Aztecs at plus 1.5 points. UNLV vs Wyoming. This is a game that the Rebels easily dominated the first time these teams met, and they come in as a 2.5-point favorite. However, the home team has not only won the last 4 meetings between these teams, but has also been the ATS winner in each of the last 4. UNLV had a run where they lost 5 of 6 games, but looks like they have righted the ship. That was a tough loss against Fresno State, but there is a reason why Wyoming is in the bottom of the standings in the conference. The Cowboys simply do not have enough firepower to keep up with the Rebels. They are averaging 6 points fewer per game, while allowing 3 points more per contest. The numbers are even worse in the conference, where they have a point differential of minus 6.6 points. Our team pick is the UNLV Rebels at minus 2.5 points. LSU vs Mississippi. Mississippi State will clearly win this game, but no one should expect it to be by more than 8 points. The Bulldogs scored 81 against TCU, but that took an extra session to be able to do so. They had scored 69 or fewer points in the 12 previous contests, including being held under 60 in 4 of their last 8 games. This is not an offensive power, so they will not be blowing out LSU in this game. The Tigers are a credible offense, scoring at least 68 in 3 of their last 4 games. However, that came after a horrific stretch where they were held to 56 points or fewer in 6 of the previous 7 contests. The Tigers can be shut down, and Mississippi State is the type of team to hold the Tigers to 52 points or fewer. The likelihood is that they will not score much more than 60 themselves, meaning you should take the Bulldogs only if they are favored by fewer than 10 points. Our team pick is the Mississippi State Bulldogs.